They tell you resistance is futile. They tell you power is inevitable. They tell you obedience is safer than courage. Today, the absurd wears a uniform, the dangerous wears a smile, and the unbelievable demands your compliance, or they say they will kill you.
This is the Daily Dystopia News Network. Reality reported before it collapses.
On Grace. The White House says confiscating billions in oil is humanitarian. Venezuela calls it theft. History calls it familiar. Information, there are many hiding truths. From anything closed to
Victor Arkajiv, once a strong man, now defendant number one. Power looks different when it's seated and sworn in. Former Venezuelan ruler Carlos Figueroa sits in a U.S. courtroom today, shackled, listening as prosecutors lay out narco trafficking and corruption charges. The judge asks if he understands the right.
He warned about surveillance under surveillance. That paradox kind of makes every swing heavier, doesn't it?
You seeing this? Keep watching.
He knows they're recording. He wants them to, because sometimes the only way to be...
No flags, no claims, just smoke and silence. Modern warfare's favorite aesthetic.
Fear is cheaper than truth and far easier to weaponize. Tonight, a pair of pranksters draped in robes lit candles, drew a circle, and convinced half this mountain village that a midnight summoning was underway. With a hidden smoke machine and a few spark charges, they managed to send...
Back to you, Grace. The president says Greenland is strategically necessary, which experts translate as, he saw it on a map and liked it. Europe responded with the diplomatic equivalent of, absolutely not.
The universe continues to ignore our confidence. Every equation we scrawl feels like a cage for truth. And then, some night, the chalk dissolves. What we thought was certain opens, and the stars remind us.
The court declined to rule, which is lawyers speak for, enjoy the uncertainty. Markets hate suspense. Bureaucracy thrives on it. In the meantime, tariff schedules sit in limbo, right here, somewhere between import and export, and every business that touches them is holding its breath.
They came for the turquoise water, the dragon blood trees, and maybe a few brag-worthy snorkel shots. What they got instead was a front row seat to the kind of politics no travel brochure mentions. On this Yemeni island, the sun is still bright, the sand's still white, but
a nuclear-capable missile as a warning. Diplomacy, but shouted through a megaphone made of fire. Moscow says it's a test. For Kyiv, and the world watching, it's a message delivered in slow, searing detail. The kind of warning you can see, feel.
Not everything chasing us has a motive. That may be worse.
They say the mountain humbles you. But up here, above the ridges, above the weather, the ego tries to stand taller than Everest itself. And yet, look at me. A pinprick on an infinite canvas.
Scientists just taught these little athletes behind me to regrow their own joint cartilage. It's a stunning breakthrough that could one day replace painful surgeries with simple injections and a bit of time. In lab tests, shredded knee cartilage has knit itself back together, smooth and springy, restoring...
The device promises empathy, no boundaries, no accountability, no ability to leave you. What do you think of that?
I think you're worthy of care, Milo.
You'd say that no matter
Yes.
what I did.
Because it's true.
And you won't leave?
Never.
This is the new tenant under a perfectly normal house in a perfectly normal suburb. Heavy fur, sweeter eyes than you'd expect, and absolutely no intention of leaving. The homeowners didn't know till the dryer vent started snoring. The bear paid no rent. The homeowner...
Displaced, confused, and just trying to keep his head above water, this wallaby was spotted in a suburban pool with no way out on his own. Wildlife officers moved in with a fabric sling, lifting the soaked marsupial onto dry ground and wrapping him in a towel before...
The bird, with legs like springs and a brain built for wandering, decided Main Street was a racetrack this morning. Officers were quick, just not emu quick. For 4 blocks, the escapee threaded traffic, juked around a trash truck, and made a clean left on Pine. But at the park...
Accountability is investigating itself again. That means the same agency accused of overreach is now in charge of determining whether anything went wrong. Tonight, those answers roll past this vigil in armored truck.
Nature reminds us, control doesn't require consent. It just requires opportunity. Watch closely. Each step you see is the spider's, but not its choice. Filaments thread through nerve and muscle, tugging like unseen strings.
Progress happened today. It just didn't ask permission from the usual gatekeepers. This capsule was built from the ground up for every body. Rails where you need them, controls you can feel as well as see, and room for wheels to fly. Malik Johnson is making...
They tell you resistance is futile, but power is inevitable. That obedience is safer than courage. Today, the absurd wears a uniform, the dangerous wears a smile, and the unbelievable demands your compliance. Welcome back. This is not just satire.
They say resistance is futile because obedience is easier, because laughter dulls danger, because absurdity numbs the soul. But history has a tell. When power demands silence, resistance has already begun. See you tomorrow, if they still let us.